Anu is a simple village girl who is interested in sports. Since her childhood, she has seen her elder brother participating in various sports. She discussed her interest with her parents, but they denied. They told her to pay attention to her studies, and since she's a girl, she cannot do well in the field of sports. Anu felt bad, and she did not find the rationale very convincing. She was inspired by Mithali Raj, Anjum Chopra, Sakshi Malik, Geeta Fogart, Babita Kumari, etc. How will you react to this situation? What skills are required to be developed to deal with this type of challenge? Was Anu a brave girl? How do we help our students to overcome such barriers? What role do we play in changing the mindset? Is this an example of gender stereotype mindset? Why is gender sensitivity required? Namaskar to all my active listeners. Welcome once again. Objectives of today's presentation are promoting gender equality, challenging gender stereotypes, fostering empathy and understanding, preventing gender-based discrimination and violence, developing critical thinking, encouraging respectful communication, empowering students to challenge inequality, creating inclusive learning environments, addressing intersectionality, promoting healthy relationships, shedding light on inclusion of LGBTQIA communities, and supporting diversity. Before we proceed, let's see a small video clip. Promoting gender sensitivity in schools. How do we do that? Gender sensitivity is a crucial aspect of promoting equality and inclusivity in educational institutions. Schools play a significant role in shaping young minds and preparing students to become responsible and compassionate members of society. Nurturing gender sensitivity within schools helps create a safe and supportive environment where all students can thrive, regardless of their gender identity or expression. Dear learners, today we will explore the importance of fostering gender sensitivity in schools and discuss various strategies that can be implemented to promote a more inclusive educational experience for all. Gender sensitivity refers to the awareness, understanding, and respect for the diverse experiences, needs, and rights of individuals of different genders. It goes beyond recognizing the binary notion of male and female and acknowledges that gender exists on a spectrum. It also recognizes the societal norms, stereotypes, and biases that influence gender roles and expectations. By fostering gender sensitivity in schools, we aim to challenge these stereotypes and create an environment that celebrates and supports diversity. What is the difference between sex and gender? Sex is something that we are born with. It is determined by the biological characteristics. It is universal and it is not changeable. Whereas gender is something that is learned, it is socially constructed, it is diverse, it is culturally different, it is dynamic, and it is modifiable. Gender describes social relations between men and women in society. It changes over time and cultures. It refers to all aspects of life, economic, political, and social. It assigns behaviors and actions that are expected from men and women, cultural representations. It refers to how power is used and shared. Gender gap, gender discrimination, and gender oppression are components of gender inequality in a school, village, and community at large. Socialization is a process by which boys and girls are trained to fit in what a given society values as being successful male or female. Schools should strive to develop a curriculum that is free from gender biases and stereotypes. Textbooks, learning materials, and classroom activities should feature diverse representations of genders and challenge traditional gender roles. Incorporating the contributions of women and LGBTQIA individuals in the various fields such as science, history, and literature can help break down stereotypes and inspire all students. Some people get more opportunities than others in society. These inequalities are based on gender, caste, class, physical or mental disabilities, and other factors. Discrimination can play out in many ways, such as access to education, health, career choices, permission for going out, befriending people, ability to state one's opinions openly, etc. Often what people can achieve or not depends less on their ability and more on the opportunities available to them. We need to examine our own behavior and honestly assess whether we are discriminatory in any of our interactions, and if so, modify our attitudes and behavior in the spaces that we can influence. That can be home, school, etc. We should try to challenge discrimination and ensure that everyone is treated with equality and respect. The media pervades our lives as it influences our behavior. The media generally promotes gender stereotypes. One needs to question and challenge the stereotypes that are being portrayed by the media and not accept or blindly emulate the images and roles projected in the media. Such stereotypes are at times reinforced in the textbooks too. Women and girls are shown to be submissive, weak, passive, depicted in domestic, caregiving, and supportive roles as serving others. Visuals show women as housewives, mothers, maids, and seldom leaders taking responsibilities in public life. Fewer visuals of women in charts, pictures, diagrams. Men and boys are shown to be powerful, assertive, fearless, courageous, resourceful. As leaders in society who take the initiative, reassertion of male superiority and authority through visuals that show men as leaders, doctors, farmers, factory workers, pilots, etc. Stereotypes can be positive or negative, but they rarely communicate accurate information about others. We may want to pursue our interests which may not be aligned with the existing gender norms and stereotypes. We must understand the different causes of our problems before deciding the strategy to address the problem. To challenge gender stereotypes and discrimination, we need to do what we can at our level, as well as draw support from different sources such as friends, school, family, and other institutions. Gender-based violence is a form of violence that targets individuals or groups based on their gender. It results in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering. Girls, boys, and transgenders should all be able to say no to violence. An important aspect of dealing with gender-based violence is to identify sources of help and seeking help for the purpose. Help can be sought from family members, friends, trusted adults, teachers, school, principal, government functionaries, including the police, etc., to stop such violence. It may not be easy to challenge gender-based violence, but it is important to do so. If we uphold dignity, equality, and respect in one situation, we help to make the world a safer place. After understanding all these terms, let us see how we can contribute. We need to create schools which create an ambience of gender equality. We need to nurture future citizens with an inclusive mindset. We can respect people of all communities. We need to sensitize the students to appreciate the uniqueness of all the communities. Show respect to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual communities. In several textbooks and fiction, girls and women are depicted as fairies, as silly, as timid, or as witches. We must handle such content with negative or passive attributes carefully so that the students do not receive a wrong message. Gender-sensitive school focuses on empowerment of girls, awareness towards gender issues, application of gender equality principles in the academic processes, equal participation of boys and girls in sports, policy and mechanism to address violence perpetrated by teachers or students, encouragement to girls to bring out their full academic potential in all subjects, particularly in science and mathematics, share examples of women excelling in all the fields by displaying images on the school or class notice board. Creating safe and supportive spaces within schools is vital for nurturing gender sensitivity. Schools should establish strict anti-bullying policies that address gender-based harassment and discrimination. Training staff and teachers on how to address gender-related issues and creating reporting mechanisms for students who experience discrimination are crucial steps. Additionally, establishing gender-neutral restrooms and private changing areas can ensure the comfort and dignity of all the students. Schools can organize gender awareness programs and workshops that promote discussions on gender-related topics. These programs can cover a wide range of subjects such as gender identity, gender expression, consent, healthy relationships, and the impact of gender stereotypes. Guest speakers, experts, or community organizations can be invited to share their experiences and provide students with a broader understanding of gender diversity. It is essential to train teachers and other staff members on gender sensitivity to create an inclusive learning environment. Capacity building programs should include training on recognizing and addressing gender-based discrimination, unconscious biases, and fostering positive gender relations. By equipping staff with the necessary knowledge and skills, they can effectively support students and handle gender-related issues that may arise. Schools should encourage student-led initiatives and organizations focused on gender equality and sensitivity. These can include gender and sexuality alliances, that is GSAS, diversity clubs or student councils that actively promote inclusive practices, providing platforms for students to express their ideas and concerns regarding gender-related matters, empowers them and creates a sense of ownership in fostering a gender-sensitive culture within the school community. Engaging parents and the wider community is crucial for fostering gender sensitivity in schools. Workshops and seminars can be organized to educate parents about the importance of gender equality and strategies for promoting gender sensitivity at home. Collaborating with community organizations, NGOs and activists working on gender-related issues can also enrich the school's initiatives and broaden their impact. Introducing students to diverse roles and models and mentors can inspire them to challenge gender norms and stereotypes. Inviting successful individuals from various genders and backgrounds to share their stories and experiences can motivate students to pursue their passions without limitations. Offer mentorship programs that connect students with mentors from diverse genders and backgrounds who can provide guidance and support. Celebrate International Women's Day, LGBTQ+ Pride Month, and other relevant observances to raise awareness and foster inclusivity. Display posters, banners, and artwork that promote gender sensitivity, diversity, and inclusion throughout the school. Encourage students to engage in projects and assignments that challenge gender stereotypes and promote equality. Ensure that school policies, rules, and procedures promote gender equality and do not reinforce gender stereotypes or biases. The teachers should guide and teach through visual aids depicting women in the fields working as hard as men, handling patients in the hospitals effectively, working on heavy machineries in factories side by side with men, facing and handling dangerous equipment for long hours, and attending to household duties too, fetching water from the well, cutting firewood, washing clothes, with or without men, supporting and helping them. Invite guest speakers, experts, or community organizations to conduct workshops or presentations on gender diversity and related issues. Foster open and respectful dialogue about gender-related issues through classroom discussions, debates, or student-led forums. Provide access to resources, books, and media that represent diverse gender identities and experiences. Engage parents and families through workshops, seminars, or newsletters to promote gender sensitivity at home and reinforce the school's efforts. Encourage students and teachers and staff to report any incidents of gender-based discrimination or harassment and ensure that appropriate actions are taken to address and prevent such incidents. Now let's see a video clip of Odissi dance Gotipua performed by the males. Dear learners, let us increase visual representation of girls and women. Use role reversals, for example, showing men serving tea while women are reading the newspaper. Having reading material on militaristic accounts of women's lives, for example, Rani Durgavati, Ahilyabai Holkar, Razia Sultan, Rani Lakshmi Bai, etc. Illustrations in the books mostly portray only boys as carrying out experiments or playing football or cricket. Men are shown as farmers, freedom fighters, are usually men. This has to be changed. Effective pictures and illustrations should be shown to the children to portray that women is not merely a mother, but a diplomat, doctor, professor, social activist, lawyer, pilot, captain of a ship, freedom fighter, wildlife enthusiast, film director, industrialist, entrepreneur, etc. Raise questions on unequal distribution of labor, work at home. The teacher should occasionally invite dancers, writers, artists, musicians, male and female, to give performances and talk to the children. Male dancers like Gotipua dancers, nurses, etc. should also be invited. The teachers should counter the prejudices that may reflect in the lines of the textbooks. Whenever possible, use substitutions for words that begin or end with man. Avoid using words like chairman, fireman, and stewardess when discussing careers or occupations. These are gender specific. Instead, use the corresponding gender neutral terms such as chairperson, firefighter, and flight attendant. Instead of using the term like you guys, use gender neutral terms like everyone or class 12 to refer to all the students of your class. Don't use masculine pronouns he, his, him, himself generically. Instead, make the subject plural. Dear teachers, let us not forget that a child learns his or her first lesson on the mother's lap. But a father too can don the cap. Never say the sentences like, your mother did not iron your clothes. It can be done by the father too. So let's nurture this sensitivity in our classrooms. Avoid the use of the word girl unless referring to a female child. Use parallel terms for women and men, that is, men, women, girls, boys. Refer to women by name in the same way that you refer to men. Don't refer to women in the terms of their roles as wife, mother, sister, or daughter, unless the context indicates these roles are significant. Introducing females as Mrs. is unnecessary in most contexts. Avoid placing either gender in a special category by saying female welder or male nurse. When talking about occupations, use language that does not reinforce limited views of men and women's career choices. For example, the chemist works with compounds that will enable her to, or the dentist prepares his equipment by. Ways to avoid the generic use of he, his, him is eliminate the pronoun from your sentence or replace it with a, an, or the. For example, the student should complete the work assigned to him, but he should not make his test paper into paper aeroplanes. Instead, use the student should complete the assignment but should not make test papers into paper aeroplanes. By implementing these strategies, schools can create a nurturing and inclusive environment that fosters gender sensitivity, empowers students, and prepares them to embrace diversity and equality in all aspects of their lives. Dear educators, CBSE has developed wonderful manuals and cards to be used in the class. It contains various activities to be conducted in the class to promote gender equality. Let us use these resources and also create our own resources to sensitize all stakeholders and meet the goal of gender equality. India is the country of Ahilyabai Holkar, Rani Lakshmibai, Jijabai, Mata Gujri. All these women are trailblazers. Let us teach our children to understand that India is our motherland. Let's teach our students to march towards sustainability. Let's work for the sustainable development, especially goal number 5, that is gender equality. Thank you.